Gentlemen, please welcome to the ring, Andy Lee.
Irish senior amateur champion, light middleweight 2003, middleweight 2004, middleweight 2005, medalist at the World Junior Championships, Olympian in Athens. Now working out of the famous Manny Stewart gym. And what talent Manny Stewart has trained in his time. Hitman Hearns, Lennox Lewis, Evander Holyfield, Oscar De La Hoya, and the Klitschko brothers. And Andy looking cool, calm, and about to collect Ciaran Healy, you should imagine. Andy Lee. You feel that Lee is like the greyhound in the traps. He's waiting for the hare to come and for the trap to open, but so far the Healy trap hasn't opened. There's that left hand, but it's just out of distance. Hard right to the body.
Lovely right hook to the body. That is a devastating punch. That beautiful stuff from Andy Lee. A really good, solid right hook.
Manny Stewart very proud of him. I was down in the dressing room with them just before the fight, and Lee in fact brought me in and made sure that I met Manny Stewart and asked Stewart, how is this boy getting on? He said, champion of the future, no doubt. And he wasn't just saying it for Andy's ears. He's only learning, remember. This is only his 11th fight, and he comes back to his corner with the smile of a man who's just out for an afternoon walk. I wonder what another man in the same weight division thinks of Andy Lee's return. You've seen him many times as an amateur. Jim Rock.
Yeah, I think Andy Lee is very, very impressive. He's obviously made the transition from amateur to professional, you know, with ease. He looks very tall and he looks very awkward in there, but he's putting together a great array of punches, and he's just keeping Healy at bay all the time. But we have to give good credit to Ciaran Healy here. You know, he's a real warrior. He gets in there, he fights anybody. He always comes in as the underdog. He gives his best, and he's given Andy Lee a far better fight than a lot of these guys in America have given him so far.
So right there, Jim, because the Lee card has been saying that he's won 3 of his 10 fights inside round 1. He's won 1 of them inside 2, and he's won 3 of them in 3, and this one's gone to 4. So well done, Ciaran Healy. Jim Rock right on the button there. And it was Mick Dowling who said earlier on in the fight build-up that Ireland is well off for pro boxers now, but it's particularly well off for men around this division. Light, middle, light, heavy. Never was such
a good right hook to the head. Beautiful stuff by Andy Lee. That's a good, solid right hook. Healy took it very well. It travelled right down to his boots, but he took it well.
Healy's durable. Healy's very good too. There's no doubt about that. For a man to take his stick, my goodness, he must enjoy a fight to stay in there for this like this against Lee. At times Lee gives a master class, and then you forget that he's only a pupil himself in the pro ranks. Just slightly off balance as he's jumped in with the left hand, goes with the right to the body again. Healy's taken a lot of stuff. He'll have sore ribs tomorrow, that's for sure. Anyone who came to see Lee and had never seen him at the stadium in all his great times as an amateur, and there were some brilliant ones, will have been impressed tonight. Healy took 2 of those on the arms, but the saliva's beginning to gather now in Healy's mouth. You can see him spitting out. It's not something you see very often from a boxer. Footballers always seem to be thirsty, but boxers seem to be able to go on. Now, what's next for Lee? Another right hand to the body. Right! Break. The referee in this one, Emil Teat, of course.
I think Lee just realises now that, Jimmy, that Healy's not a pushover. Healy's a good, strong, solid fighter. He can take a lot. He's a tough guy. And I think Andy Lee's now beginning to realise that, because Lee has caught him with some good, solid shots. And Healy's still standing there. He's not, he's not running away. He's getting back in, and he's giving as good sometimes as what he's getting.
And Healy's had more fights than Lee, and he's merely 10 years older than him. So you put all these things together and realize that Andy Lee is only starting his pro career, and maybe with all the publicity to which we contribute enormously, you think that this man is going to come in and be a combination of Joe Louis and Rocky Marciano potential and the realization of real talent.
These are the sort of fights Andy Lee needs, because he doesn't want guys that he can bomb over and knock out in 2 or 3 or 4 rounds. He's had a few of those, and from those sort of fights you don't learn much. But from fighting fellas that guess like Healy here, this'll do Andy Lee more good than ever.
It's low,
It's low.
A low
shot, yes.
But Healy comes after him. He stepped away to let a recovery set in, and Ciaran Healy is hurt. Referee teeth steps between them. Andy Lee now goes after his prey. Can this be the one? Tries the left again, and the bell just comes in the nick of time. Healy's, I think you could say, saved by the bell.
He was, but he was hit low here. I think we're going to see it here now, Jimmy. He was hit a good solid low shot, and it did hurt. Here it comes. I think it's it coming now.
Yeah, it's all over. It's all over.
Oh, that's a good solid left hook to the body. Brilliant stuff there.
That was enough. That's the one. Andy Lee has won again in 4 rounds. He came back. He delivered. And he's a terrific prospect. It was the great Rocky Marciano who once said, why waltz with a guy for 10 rounds if you can put him away in 4 or less? The Brompton blockbuster, I'm sure, would be very happy with the performance of Andy Lee. He came, he saw, he conquered, and like a thief in the night, in came the punch. That left hand. Bye-bye, Ciaran. But courageous stuff from Ciaran. Look at the happy...
The end of round 4, Ciaran Healy having retired, leaving the winner, Andy Lee. And please show your abbreviations, Ciaran Healy.
Look, referee here to me, Andy. It's good to see you back here in Ireland. Congratulations on a great victory. It was relatively easy in the end.
Yeah, no, it wasn't easy at all. He wasn't an easy fella to fight because he was, not to be dishonest, but he was in survival mode a little bit after the first couple of rounds, and he was ducking low for every punch I was throwing. He was trying to duck low, and it was very awkward to hit the fella, so I just had to make sure I didn't punch myself out, box clever and wait for the open, break him down a little bit systematically.
It was important, though, for you personally to come back here to Ireland after 10 professional fights, 10 victories over in the United States of America.
Yeah, I've always wanted to come. As soon as I turned pro, I said to Emmanuel, we got to go back to Ireland. You know, the people, they're great supporters of boxing, they love boxing, and you know, I just want to be a good boxer for them that they can support me.
And what, just on before we move to Emmanuel, just on a personal level, where do you go from here?
And from here, I will box in October 2nd. I have a date in Chicago. I'm going to be boxing there then again October 17th, so I have a busy October. I'm hoping to come back here and fight again in Ireland before the end of the year.
Well, stay with us, Andy, for a moment, because this man beside you is a legend, of course. Trained some of the legends of boxing, including Lennox Lewis. What do you make of Andy Lee?
I thought Andy fought a very intelligent fight. The opponent was hard to hit because he kept ducking low. So I told Andy, don't get too excited, just systematically break him down with the body punches. And I was very happy with his professional performance. And we're looking forward, maybe the great promoter Brian Peters is going to bring us back for maybe November the 17th in Limerick, when Andy will be fighting November the 17th in Limerick.
Well, that'll be on his home patch, so he will love that. That'll be a huge reaction. But just talk to me about Andy Lee in terms of the reaction in America within the boxing world and fraternity. What is the reaction?
In America, they had on HBO, where I break well, that there are 6 top prospects in the future who would be the big superstar fighters. And of the 6 future stars, including Amir Khan, they predicted that Andy Lee would be the biggest attraction in boxing history and would be a bigger attraction than Oscar De La Hoya because of his international appeal and the European people supporting him. Though they predicted he would be the biggest 10 years from now, they say Andy Lee would be the biggest attraction in boxing.
And what will he be able to achieve? What do you think is the ultimate?
Andy Lee, at the end of 2008, will be middleweight champion of the world. Next year, this time, he will be preparing to fight for the championship.
That is some achievement, Emmanuel. Lovely to meet you. Lovely to meet a legend.
And I'm very happy to be back here at the port where I was 12 years ago with Lennox Lewis. But it's good to be back with my Irish fighter this time.
Well done. Andy, just let me ask you one very quick question. You're going back to Limerick in November. That's very special for you, isn't it?
Yes, I can't wait to get back there. I'm going back to Limerick tomorrow, and I can't wait. I've been away for so long. I just can't wait to get home and just be at home, you know, amongst my own people. And we'll go back there and put on a fight, and that's going to give Limerick a chance to see professional boxing, and I can't wait for it.
Well done, and they might have won the All-Ireland hurling by that stage as well.
The sport will be going through the roof.
Andy Lee, Emmanuel Stewart, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
And good luck to all the Limerick players next Sunday.
Well, there you go. I wonder if he got tickets for the All-Ireland.